it is time now for the BWest Byte, where we focus on one number that tells a whole lot. We have a special Byte-worthy guest with us today, Dave Goldberg of SurveyMonkey, who's been with us throughout the show.
We like him
Cory
more
and
than
John
that.
are here as well.
One is the number today. That's how many more days we have until we're going to find out what's up with Dell. Jeffrey McCracken of Bloomberg just reporting that the Dell board is meeting tonight, voting tonight on whether or not they're going to take the company private in a $24 billion transaction.
Okay, so I'll believe this when I see it. I feel like every day the Dell announcement's almost here.
And absolutely, which sort of, what is the question we should be asking? One of them is, why is Michael Dell doing this? And
right.
The sense we've gotten is he has a high level of frustration with the skepticism at his ability to shift this company. Because we know he spent a lot of energy looking at new areas to grow the company, and yet so many people have said, I don't know about the story. So that is at least one part.
Well, I wonder, too, back to your conversation of public versus private, if this is sort of does he not want to be part of a private company? We're a public company where the next quarter matters. You might be thinking about 4 years down the line.
I think that's right if the idea is to sort of restructure the business dramatically, change it. But with a company as big as Dell, you're not going to sell it to somebody when you're done. So private equity still needs to get their money back. They're going to have to take it public again. So maybe this is the right thing. But if it's just more of the same as a private company as it was as a public company, how does Silver Lake, how do they get their money back?
Well, exactly. And is Michael Dell really the right person to take it forward if he hasn't been able to do it until now? I mean, he went back to the company and it's still in this position where it is struggling,
well,
right?
Is Microsoft part of that? I mean, to me, that's the big question, because if Microsoft goes from a software maker to one of the biggest hardware makers, that changes the whole ecosphere around technology, PCs, maybe mobile phones. I mean, the Vodafone chairman's on the board.
Yeah, and I think the question is, does having Microsoft as an investor in Dell hamstring them in their ability to change the business? Maybe they need to be building Chromebooks for Google. Right?
Well, and it's interesting what it does for Microsoft's other partners as well. Like, we've talked about HP, potentially, Google.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is just incredible. I mean, and Michael Dell being the guy who once said maybe Apple should basically sell its parts off and give the money back to shareholders, and here we are now talking about this.
All right,
It's
well,
going to make our show good tomorrow. It's going to make our show not as good as today.
We'll see if we really only have one more day to wait. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much, Dave.